So all across 22 positions, Jeff, the most obvious is wide receivers and guys who can get vertically up the field. But it shows in kick coverage. It shows in pass rushers off the edge. It certainly shows in defensive backs closing on the ball. So they are impressive in that. And I guess we probably would think that for the better part of this month, we probably have entered into the speed part of our schedule, or the high-speed part. Well, based on our one in-person observation with him, he was pretty good that day. So without knowing every quarterback who was coming back in the league, I know in some discussions just sitting around talking with guys during the offseason, we thought that there was really a good chance that Miami would have as good a returning quarterback as anybody now. There's been a change in their system. Mark Whipple, who has a very strong background with offense from when he was the head coach at Massachusetts, and then his experience with the Steelers and the Eagles, clearly has been very positive in his development, both with the implementation of their schemes, and I'd say that a guy who was there for Ben Roethlisberger's first snaps in the NFL would have pretty good credibility with any college player.
You face good running backs at Georgia Tech. Is this going to be up there with Cooper and James facing them?
Yeah, probably, Mark, along with what Jeff raised. Not the bruisers that Dwyer is, but certainly those two guys, Cooper and James, can really get up and go. Very elusive, very shifty, and a lot of overdrive when they get in the open. Really, to Zane's tribute, clearly he's maybe watched some of his predecessors do that and gotten some good inspiration and motivation from it, but he really has stepped up very nicely. And his production for 2.5 games here now has been quite excellent. You know, you can see the way they've been used. They've been used. What Mikel is, obviously, because of his body type, he's solely a tailback. But Rashawn has played both roles because his additional size allows him to take on some fullback roles. But most of his production here this year has been in a tailback capacity, so really is no conflict there. Well, hopefully the last one probably was as good a catch as he's had here. And Joe's very diligent in his preparation. He's one of the players to whom this means a great deal. His confidence level, just as he generates it himself, sometimes perhaps hasn't been as great as it should be. And he had, besides the catches, he had some good blocks at the point of attack the other day. So hopefully this will be a case where this gives him the type of boost where he can really take off with his play. He's a very, very passionate player. It means a lot to him. And so you always want to, it's to everybody's benefit. It's in fairness to the player. It's in the benefit of the team to do the very best to find roles for those kind of players. You know, they're passionate about football, really care about their team, highly committed to doing whatever it takes to have a level of success. And you root for those guys and you owe it to them to try to find a spot for them. And so that's kind of what we did with John Kevin. His energy level, we're just trying to find the right fit for it and eliminate aspects of playing the game that might be holding him back and take advantage of what he did bring. And so we were able to initially just create a role for him on the sub, and from that he tended to grow more comfortable with being in the interior, whether it was on the sub or on regular down. And now that he's more familiar with the schemes, it's grown so that he's able to take on a few more diverse roles too. I don't know what he is today, but I know when he came back at training camp, you know, he's 254 or something like that. In other words, maybe he's not a real tall person, but there's a lot of muscle on that body, a lot more than most bodies. Probably come in about third in this room, but